Yes.
Yep.
All right, so you all head towards the captain's quarters. As you all go back. So as you head towards the captain's quarters, a couple of soldiers realize that you guys are alive. And some of them run inside as they tell you guys to hurry up and report to Captain Pfeffer. And as you head towards the courtyard in the middle, there are familiar faces, even to you, Linus. As you see your horse that you rented next to some compatriots who are you are not familiar with.
My deposit.
Is that your horse?
Solyndra. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just asking Linus if that was his horse, because I heard him go, my deposit. Sorry, go ahead, Soul.
No, you're fine. So, as you guys look at this horse and Linus screams this out, Sally and her gang, they all look towards you, and Sally immediately runs up.
You're here. You guys are fine.
Made it back.
It's good to see you all made it out.
You did?
Yes.
It is good. The last we heard, we didn't know what would happen to you. They did a rescue mission last night, and they also went down there, looking for everyone, along with a few other soldiers. We feared the worst as we just got here ourselves a couple of hours ago. We had to camp the night out in the woods. Lucky for us, we killed some of the wolves that were after us. How did you guys fare?
Oh, well, we're so glad that you're all okay, Sally. And Linus, I'm glad you're reunited with your horse. Thanks for keeping him safe, guys. I say about the horse.
Yes, thank you for looking after the horse.
Linus, sorry you had to hoof it back here. But
You see Gunnar as he looks back at the horse and he looks back at you.
Wrong. Well, that was your horse. I thought it was just left there.
Well, I'm just glad it made it back safely. So I don't lose any money.
Indeed. Besides, we saw a squig that tried to get away from us and we killed it. Also, I'm just hearing the news as well as everybody else. Not sure if you guys know, since you're here. They went down further into the caverns and, they picked up what was left of Pithwick's body.
oh,
I see.
We know he died.
he died saving us. He was very kind before his demise, and he made sure we got out of there okay.
That
But
stupid goddamn narb. Why the hell he split the party to begin with anyways? I could have killed those bastards if I had the chance. A squig ain't nothing but a runt to me.
I don't doubt it, sir.
See, he punches his fist in his clenched hand.
Well, we have news that might have made the expedition somewhat worth it, despite the terrible heavy casualties. And I pat my bag where I've kept the head, the stinky head. I don't know if everyone can smell it already as well. We're standing here in the courtyard.
Oh? That is a foul smell. What's in there?
A foul beast. You remember the monster that we were sent down here to investigate? Well, we brought back its head because we were able to fight it and finally bring it down. And we wanted to bring it back because
You
it
guys
seemed to
killed
have.
that thing?
It was a team effort. And just in case anybody is.
Let's go. Wait, who's the new guy with you? Sorry, I don't think we've met.
Oh,
Oh, yes, Linus Stalling, at your service.
Linus. Nice to meet you. Amris.
Pleasure is all mine.
He
glad
doesn't investigate. I mean, he does, he nodded at that and slowly Ferdinand walks up and he looks at, what you have in your bag and he asks you if you can open it.
of course. Here, I'm sorry, the smell may be a bit offensive. As I say, as I peel back the
He
layers of
slowly
gold.
picks it up by the hair and he holds it back and he looks underneath it.
Severed from a mighty blow. Did you do this?
I'm glad you asked because while we all fought it, and it was indeed a concerted group effort, that wasn't our blow that took his head off at the end. It was that wooden puppet that we brought in the other day with Garfield. The puppet can animate and it can fight very well.
Indeed. We wouldn't have been able to do it without its help.
I'm afraid Captain Pfeffer might find it a bit far-fetched as she saw
This
the puppet
fucking
but never saw
story
it move.
again.
Yeah. But if you want to take a closer look on her,
You're
you're welcome
telling me
to.
this puppet did all this? Where's the puppet now? And don't tell me it ran away or did something else.
As a matter of fact, it
Of
did
course,
run away.
I should have known. Of course, likely story. Hey, you, new guy. You saw this puppet do what it did? And don't lie to me.
Much to my surprise, yes, I did see a wooden puppet with a large sword come to our aid in fighting this beast.
What? Another one? And where did the puppet go? Huh? Anyone want to tell me?
I'm afraid that information is not free.
And who are you supposed to be? Some type of investigator or something?
I see we share the same trade, good dwarf.
What? What?
He looks
Why, being,
confused when you say that.
why, being investigators, of course. You seem to have a good grasp of intuition and fact.
I ain't no damn investigate. No, never mind.
Kind of stumbles off at that.
He says that, but
Sally
he's
gives
always
off
been
a
so
sigh.
inquisitive.
So she gives a sigh and she looks at Gunner and then looks back at you guys.
You guys should report to Captain Pfeffer. She's worried out of her pants over. We had to report to her, and she was worried about us.
Oh, she's
in
back
there,
on.
so it'll be good if you guys walk in there.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Thank
it
you.
was not her who went. She sent an expedition down. It was Elsa who went down there to look for you all, and she found Pithwick's body.
We're so sorry that she had to witness that. We'll report to Captain Pfeffer right away, Sally.
And
It's a cool artwork.
Well, I suppose we should make haste then.
So that is who went down with you guys.
Elsa looks really badass. I like her scar on her cheek.
Indeed, it wouldn't
And
be.
as you guys are walking, go ahead, Linus.
I was going to say it wouldn't be good for the captain to remain pantsless with worry,
Oh.
as good Sally here says.
And as you guys say that, Garfield runs up towards you guys.
Garfield!
You guys are back.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, Garfield.
I
And
was
we
worried. Did you find Pops?
We did actually. We have good news, but Pops is okay, but he can't come back for now. He's helping out elsewhere, but he'll be back whenever.
Why?
Oh, he wants to be back. He misses you. He really likes playing with you. I know you'll see
Where'd
him
he
soon.
go? Can I go up there and play with him?
I'm afraid not, my little friend. It's not safe out there right now, but we let Pups know that you're really worried about him and that you really want to see him play with him again. And we know Pups wants the same thing too. I have no doubt Pups will try to find you when he
Oh,
can. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'll give his hair a tussle. I know you really miss
Mr.
him.
Walter, if you see Pups, can you let him know? I wanted to play with him too. If any of you guys see him, please.
We promise. And we told him where you are, so he knows where to look for you.
Thank you, Mrs. Odell and Mr. Walter.
We're sorry.
What happened to Mr. Pithwick? I see Mr. Rocco.
Oh, Garfield, we're so sorry to tell you this, but Mr. Pithwick unfortunately, he died. He died saving us from a lot of monsters. He was very strong to the very end. I'm so sorry, Garfield.
Mr. Walter, is that true?
Unfortunately, it is. He was brave. Pity.
I wanted to play with him too.
Oh, I know you did. He was your friend too. I'm so sorry again. I know he'd be here if he could. And I know Pups would too. Promise us you won't put yourself in any
Do
danger.
you
looking
know
for
when Pups will come back?
I wish I did, but as soon as I'm able to find that out, I'll let you know, Garfield. I know how much you care about him.
All right, thank you.
Of course, Garfield. You're such a good boy.
Do you know if Mr. Pithwick went to a good place? Dad and Mom always used to talk about some place that you go to after you pass away. Maybe Mr. Pithwick is there.
I myself feel certain that he is. He died doing such a kind thing, saving our lives instead of his. I'm gonna try to do my best to make sure that never has to happen again. And I know we are all gonna do that. And we're gonna try to get stronger, Garfield, so you don't lose anyone again, if we can help it.
Thank
Indeed,
you.
we'll make it through.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to my chores now.
Oh, okay, sweetheart. We'll be here if you want to talk more about Mr. Pithwick.
Goes back off and starts to clean some rags that he was working on.
Oh, he's working so hard. He's such a good kid. Is he helping to
Amherst
take care of the stolen
smiles
horse?
at that.
I like how
He's
Gunner
just
is
cleaning up
still...
some of the clothes from the uniforms. Gunner's still like confused as this guy called him investigator. He doesn't know how to handle someone of his nature being a slayer being called an investigator.
He pondereth his...
So Amherst smiles at this.
You're really good with kids, Adele. Same thing, Walter. You guys had kids before?
I'm afraid not.
Oh,
Maybe one day, though.
yeah, maybe one day. Garfield is really a good child. He deserves better in life, I say as I look at Garfield thoughtfully, working hard on washing those clothes.
He does. Well, anyways, good luck talking to Captain Pfeffer. We'll see you guys later.
Amherst,
And I think there's gonna be a funeral tomorrow for Mr. Pithwick. Cadet Pithwick.
Yes, so I'll be there for sure to pay my respects. It's the very least I can do, and thank you for letting us know, Amherst. And Sally and everyone, it's so good to see
No
you all
problem.
safe and sound.
Sally nods at that, and she also says,
Yes, after a funeral, we do have to still go to the mansion in the Kostov family, so we have that to do as well.
I haven't forgotten that Pithwick entrusted his invitation to me, or I think it was Gunnar who entrusted his invitation to me. I'm sorry. You're right about that, Sally.
Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Don't keep the captain waiting.
Yes, ma'am. All right, shall we then? I'll start walking towards Captain Pfeiffer's office. So, Linus, what was it that you were called to investigate where we were? Oh, of course. I'll nod at the guard
this
as
guy
we go in.
salutes you all as you come into the room,
I salute
and
him
he
back.
looks a little surprised to see you all.
I'll
Rocco,
salute
what you doing? So as you walk in, you do see Captain Pfeffer, and she slowly lifts her head up and stares at you all.
Captain Pfeffer, it's good to see you.
You guys are back. I was so worried.
We know you were. We were informed by Lady Emmanuel Nacht, that you had sent quite a large search party, including Elsa, to look for us. We're really grateful for your care, ma'am.
I did. And we saw what happened to Pithwick. She recovered his body
I'm so
after killing
sorry.
a few squigs.
No doubt they feasted on him. He deserved far better. He died
Narp
saving
gave
us
us a note of what happened in the caverns. He told us how you guys went the other way, towards the left side, during the three-way stop. Even though it's slightly collapsed, Elsa and the rest of her team were able to climb over and find out what happened. We did trace the footsteps, and we saw that the cavern seemed to linger a lot longer than what we thought it would.
She looks at Linus, and she asks the three of you,
You looked long-winded and tired. It looks like you guys had a rough time. And what is that foul smell?
I'm glad you asked, ma'am. Walter, thank you for carrying that shovel for me. I'll go ahead and bring this to Captain Pfeiffer, if you would please, Walter. And I'll go ahead and take the
Sure.
shovel and boat the head, and I'll carefully lay the, rags carefully on the table, not to get it everywhere.
What is this?
Captain Pfeiffer, I apologize.
Sigmar?
I should have warned you ahead of time. This is the creature that we went down there to investigate. This creature killed Captain Helmet of the other outdoor team. We all did not want to split up, but I think maybe Helmet and some higher uppers thought it might be best, to fully cover the cavern. I don't think anyone expected things to go as terribly as they did, but we managed to subdue the creature, and we've, without its head, the creature is well and truly dead. It did have regenerative corrupted
So you all
powers.
fought this by yourselves? The
Ma'am?
same thing that killed General Champion Helmut? I have to ask, how did you even manage that?
Well, it was a concerted group
We
effort,
saw
ma'am.
Helmut's body as it was torn from the side.
I look at my three compatriots and I ask, shall we tell Captain Pfeiffer about the killing blow?
Oh, by all means.
Well,
I think
Captain,
so.
I believe you should, Adele.
so as you could see, the creature with its shovel, it got me pretty good on my left leg here. I'm still recovering from it. I brought the shovel back in case it can lead us to, some more whereabouts of where this creature came from. I suspect it was a human that was corrupted very heavily, turned into a monster like this. Maybe the shovel that he held onto for so long might tell us more about him. But we fought this creature, and was very good at regenerating. It almost got me when it regenerated again. And that wooden puppet that we brought him with Garfield, the one that wouldn't really animate when we tried to get him to, show off for you. Yes, that one, if you observe the creature's severed neck carefully, you might find wooden splinters in it from a wooden sword that the wooden puppet used to sever this creature's head. The puppet moved faster than almost any swords master I've seen. And so it struck the killing blow.
Velter, Roko,
Yes.
Linus, is this true?
Yes, Captain, it is.
It is.
I know it sounds so far-fetched.
Who talks of this?
We're just as confused as you are, ma'am.
Never mind.
We all participate in
If
the
you
fight.
will, can you please give that to the individual in the north right? She'll take care of that head and hold on to it, as we'll use for evidence for our case later. I want
Yes,
you all
ma'am.
later to report to me and tell me in detail what happened. But in the meantime, I need every single one of you to actually go into the bath and take a shower.
Yes.
You all need some needed rest, and we do have to prepare for Pithwick's funeral tomorrow. I expect you all to attend. I have to talk to Linus about something.
Of course, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
am very pleased with your efforts, and I am truly glad that you are all still with us.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for looking.
Now you are all dismissed.
Ma'am, if I may, one last thing. The reason why we held onto this head for you, not only as proof of the monster being killed, but it regenerated so quickly and well. And once its head was severed, it could no longer do that. Maybe you could see if any dark magics were involved in this by observing its head. We understand that we will go follow
Well, I
your
can
orders
tell
right
it's a
away.
creature of chaos and mutant. Some chaos creatures can do such things. It's not abnormal.
Adele.
Is this your
Mm.
first time seeing something like this?
Yes, to this extent. Yes, it's frightening to know that this could happen. Oh, yes, Rocco, you were saying?
You want to talk about the gunpowder?
Oh heavens, Rocco! I'm so sorry. Yes, the pain of the wound has gotten to my mind. Rocco is completely right here. My friend wants to remind us that we have found some gunpowder stores. I remember lately we had some gunpowder issues, right, ma'am, with the execution and with Elsa. But we found
You
some
found
barrels of
gunpowder? What did you find
Yes.
gunpowder at?
There was an abandoned castle, overgrown with weeds. It looked like it had been abandoned for a long time, but there was some gunpowder that happened to be in there. And we found it when we were fighting the creature. We took refuge in there out of desperation because the creature was pursuing us along with the wolves in the forest. Please, if you wouldn't mind, ma'am, whenever you
I
have the time to
see.
send some people to fetch it. Mhm.
I'll tell Elsa first thing when she gets back. In the meantime,
yes.
you're all dismissed. Except for
ma'am.
Linus.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Alrighty then. I thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So you're out, Linus.
Yes. Take care, Linus. We'll see you
Thank
later.
you, ma'am.
I'll hurry off to the bath because I must smell to high heaven.
I gotta close the door.
Oh, sorry.
Gunner's
I
still
should've-
thinking about what Linus said. As he goes back.
Back and forth. Yeah, he's going back and forth, still pondering. Yes.
I like how his three friends
Investigator,
are,
you know,
are
he's
just
like
watching. The
just
horse is
looking at
watching him too.
Yeah.
Garfield's finished 8 loads of laundry and Gunner's still
so-
pondering. Uh-huh.
Andrea Pfeffer looks at you, Linus.
So everything was true about the puppet.
Yes, Captain, it was. There were some details
see.
that they failed to mention, though. The puppet...
Please, tell me.
The puppet is a companion of one Kurt von Jorgen.
What? And they know this?
Yes. It's part of the agreement Adele made for herself, of course, for the gunpowder.
Agreement? They made an obligation to Kurt that they would not tell. Really?
I mean, it should be obvious
Wonderful.
Adele is quite altruistic. I mean, I've learned that in just the brief time
Yes.
I've been in her company.
She's quite different than her mentor, I will say that.
Yeah,
Now I have to choose on whether or not I should leak this information or...
it would certainly be
accept what was
worth...
given.
It'd certainly be worth keeping abreast of the situation, because the caverns, Kurt is using them to transport more gunpowder.
That is what I was assuming. And from what I see that you're back now. Those caverns that I told you to investigate. If you met up with them there, then that means they do connect all throughout Ubersreich. Isn't that right?
That is correct, and Kurt confirmed it as well.
You see this note? Adele found it. And I had someone decipher it, and it talks about the place that I sent you with coordinates. If that's the
Interesting.
case, I'm wondering who built those caverns. Looks like this has been going on for a very, very long time.
Indeed. Kurt did mention something else about the caverns that could be worrisome. It appears that demon, whatever it is, was not the only thing living down there. He wasn't specific.
Really?
Yes,
What
he
did he
wasn't
say?
He just said that there were things that were best to be avoided, and quite dangerous as well. But as I said, he wasn't specific. And I don't think he meant things like cave squeaks.
If he has that gunpowder, he's not working alone. For someone like that, in order to grab as much gunpowder it is and move it through the cabins, there's no way one man could do that by himself. Did he
It's
say
true.
anything? Any companions of his?
He didn't mention anything about companions, but he has been using the caverns to come and go from the city. He seems to observe many of the happenings here. And you may want to talk with
That means that there are more entryways.
you may want to talk with Roko as well. I couldn't get close enough to see, but it looked like
And
there
where's
was a map with some areas marked. Perhaps targets or storage places for supplies, more gunpowder. But they're throughout the city. Roko may have more information on that.
Interesting. I will ask him about that immediately. Linus, here, for your troubles. 6 silver shillings. This is supposed to be an easy one-and-done job. But I didn't think that my men would take your horse for you to get back.
That seemed to be a nice coincidence, because it allowed me to meet some of your other cadets.
Absolutely. All right. Well then, anything else that you wanted to report? If you don't mind, I may have some more work for you later down the line. Do you have any other sorts of other jobs that you're investigating right now? Anything at all?
Nothing specific. Kurt mentioned a few interesting tidbits about local politics, but I don't know whether they'll be profitable to follow up on or not. Could have just been ranting from a injured party.
Well then. Whatever the case, you can report back here later tomorrow. In fact, Why don't you attend the funeral? If you don't mind. We can discuss probably the next job afterwards, as I won't have much time dealing between everything else. I do have to report this information to General von Dabernick and Emmanuel Noct as soon as possible.
Of course. I will see you tomorrow then.
Absolutely. And, Linus, thank you for helping them.
Oh, of course. I think they helped me more than I helped them, though.
You know, I came and I took this job ever since Altdorf came here. They killed around 500 Uberschreck Watch, who was supporting the Jungfruits. It wasn't until afterwards all the leaders and higher-ups that were executed that I took over. Lost of the time, they never batted an eye when one of our own men dropped. But to know that Pithwick died, I don't know how to feel. There's only so many of us left, around 50, and I just don't know how to really take it as a captain when someone like this passes away.
I take it Pithwick was not just a forced conscript like those other three.
No. He actually came in to hear the serve and to do his part.
Well,
I don't want that for any one of us.
Unfortunately, that's
That's
part of
fate.
the job.
That's what I hear. And as a recent captain, I have to get used to it. And I don't ever think I will. But I
And
shouldn't be rambling on like this. I'm probably only doing it because you're not one of my men.
Indeed. And with that death being part of the job is one reason I never joined up. Outdoor for Ubersreich.
Well, hopefully you'll be safer than all of us. Thank you, Linus.
Of course. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
You walk out and you see the group standing there.
I thought you three were supposed to be scrubbing yourselves down.
Oh, yes, of course. I must smell the high heavens. Did it go okay in there, though, Linus?
Oh, of course. I completed the job to the captain's favor, and she paid me handsomely.
I'm glad you have some money now. Do you know where you're going to spend the night?
No, not for certain, but I'm sure I'll find a bed to share somewhere.
Well, all right. Again, thanks for all of your
So
help.
as you guys are conversing, you hear someone come out from the room in the south of you, right around here.
Oh, I thought I heard something over there. Oh, hold on, what was going on? Oh, shit, you guys are back! Well, look who it is! Alive and ready to live again. How's it going?
Soul, I love your delivery of that line because he sounds extremely surprised that we're alive. Like, holy shit, not like he's happy.
Don't laugh! I'm surprised you guys are, alive and living good. I heard about what happened to Mr. Pithwick. It's an unfortunate cause. You know,
true tragedy.
and the good thing I caught you guys. I already paid Amris, Alundra, and Fardinen. It's time to pay you guys. It's a big payday. And look at that. Think of it as something a reward for coming out of the caverns alive. Glad you're back in one piece. I 100% knew you guys would have made it out. Maybe not Pithwick, but it's unfortunate what happened.
Indeed, sir.
Oh,
We shall
truly.
miss him.
Here you go. Here's your bag. Here's your bag. Here's your
thank you.
bag. And here's your bag. And here. Who the hell are you?
Linus Stalling at your service.
Are you with the Overstrike Watch?
No. Just a private contractor.
What the hell are you doing here?
I was collecting my payday.
Thank God, I thought I had to pay you. Never mind. Okay, here's your cut. Here's your cut. And unfortunately, I gotta say it's within my heart. I'm gonna have to donate the rest of Pithwick's pay to the Children's Hospital. Knowing it'll be in good name, going to those little kids that are hurt, damaged, broken. They'll make good use of it.
And he puts it in his pocket.
Where it's probably gonna stay. This guy.
Yeah, there's a funeral tomorrow for him. So, hope to see you guys there. And, by the way, you seen Knob? That son of a bitch. He hasn't been coming to me after a while. He's been avoiding me.
Oh, we were just gonna ask if he was okay too. I heard he made it out okay too, and we were wondering about him. But no, we haven't seen him.
Yeah, he was one of the only ones who made it out first.
I do
Well, we
wonder
can.
what happened to him.
Me too. Yes, indeed, Walter. Well, we can keep an eye out for him, Captain Nerdy, so you can rest easy.
Oh, please do. Anyways, I'll talk to yous all later. Adios.
I love this guy. It's like
Take care.
alcoholic version of the SpongeBob Captain guy. With late stage alcoholism nose and everything going on.
So that is Sergeant
And so
Rudy.
the scene comes to an end.
He's quite a guy, isn't he?
That's a word for it.
Quite. Linus, what did you do to Gunner over there? He seems stymied.
Oh, I simply did what confuses many dwarves. You compliment them.
They don't take compliments well?
More often, they're just confused.
That's kind of endearing.
Well, until tomorrow.
So, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the day?
I should
Linus,
take a
you
bath.
probably want to ask around, ask somebody about, where you should stay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I was gonna go find a local inn and try to put that old charm and haggle skill to use.
All right,
Has
so
to
the
just
local
die. How much
inn
money we got?
near you is the 16. Every single one of you, besides Linus, got 16 silver shillings.
Oh, I
16,
love how when
okay.
Rudy. Oh, thank you so much, Soul. And that's a really good question, Sandy. And I love how when Rudy got to Linus, he's like, "And here you, who the hell are you?" Like suddenly, like did a double take.
Well, I just like in my character portrait, I actually am holding a hand out.
I love that. Like that's how I imagine you standing.
I'll
Like,
take that.
Exactly. Like Linus sees all of us getting something, so he holds his hand out, hoping that he could be one of those. What was it, like children of the sad Rudy
Yeah.
charity, like asking for a handout.
Yes, I'm a patient from the Children's Hospital. I suffer from gigantism.
All right, so yeah, what are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
I'll go ahead and clean myself, but not to interrupt because that's not a very exciting plan. So would you guys like to go first?
I mean, that's what I was gonna do. I didn't have anything particular in plan. I was probably just gonna rest. So that was quite the ordeal.
Indeed. So I'll go ahead and take a bath and try to figure out what to do with the rest of the day because I don't think the bath is going to take 5 hours long. It looks like it's still daytime, right, Soul?
That is right. It is still daytime.
And may I ask if we have any shifts today for our watch?
No, she has told you guys to relax for the rest of the day. You guys have made it out. So it is about to be the weekend. And you guys are going to have to attend what's the name soon? What's it called? Actually, I think that's today. Oh, so yeah, I think we're friends. Yeah, so you guys actually have to attend the dinner tonight for
my
the Kurstot
goodness.
family.
Oh heavens, that's tonight, not another day. Okay, I will quickly go bathe and make myself smell presentable.
Yeah, so
Pick out my best.
so Linus is gonna have to, go on his own adventure as you guys get ready for that. You may want to
Would
give
there be enough-
Salundra a heads up as well.
Would there be enough time for Roku to head to the general store to pick up his core staff?
That is a 4-hour trip. It's gonna because you're
probably
walking
not.
all the way over to the northeast.
You
like
know,
where
I know
the
there's a
Wizard's Tower is and all that, and then you got to walk all the way back to the Morgansites district.
You know, Rocco does have nimble fingers,
It's
and there
probably-
is a horse that is prone to being stolen. So maybe what if he like stole the horse, rode over, and rode
Maybe
back?
you go for the horse.
Never mind. Don't worry about me. That was a dumb idea. Sorry for interrupting you, Soul. I wanted
to
to say
you.
something.
Roku's tied right now.
Although using the horse for personal matters. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, using the horse for personal matters may just to go shopping, you're using business work vehicles for personal shopping trips.
Like IRS taxation. Like, instead of
Yep.
mileage, it'll be like hoofage. 62.5 cents per hoofage. I forgot what it is
Yep.
this year.
67.
All right, so we'll get to you guys first. So and we'll get back to Linus' own adventure in a bit after we get done with the scene. So, Matt, you can chill a little bit until they're done with their scene, and we'll get back to you. That works?
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I'll go and grab
So,
my best.
you guys explain to me what are you guys doing?
Oh, I mean, Roku's gonna shower, relax for a bit, and get ready before we all meet up and head out for the dinner.
That's basically my plan as well.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, after I will quickly clean myself, I'll hurry back in their barracks to find the best scratchy polyester uniform that you described that we were given, like Rudy cheaped out on them. But I'll look at Pitlick's bunk, which is now empty, and his effects that were there, and I'll just look at it really sadly. And I'll place a hand on top of his little trunk at the end of the bed and pat it a bit.
He wasn't stationed here. He wasn't stationed
He
here.
wasn't.
This is
Okay.
a
I'm
different
just touching
district.
someone else's stuff. Then I break out
You
of the
guys are.
reverie.
This is the Morgan. This is the market plots. Yeah. This is the Morgan plot. The what's it called? The market plots. You guys are stationed at the precinct, which is north across the bridge. Yeah, there's a different quarters.
No, thank you for describing, because we are prisoners basically serving out a term. So we're here, but
No,
he
you're
was
fine.
like
Yeah.
above us, right? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oops, I was just handling a stranger's stuff. All right, so I'm gonna stop.
No. That's not what I mean. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh.
So you guys are right here. The precinct is all the way over here. That's where you guys stay at. But you guys are right here right now, the watch station.
Oh, so I was using someone else's bathroom and someone else's clothes. I'm gonna go to the correct place.
Yeah, you sure were.
Okay, that's very the real life me to do. I'm sorry,
You sure
Adele.
were.
Okay, I'm gonna renege on all that and then be looking at the actual Pitwick's belongings and washing up at the correct place in the our precinct.
Yeah, you could probably wash up there though. Yeah, you
Sure,
guys can wash up there and get your clothes ready and stuff.
The
And so okay, so what are you guys doing? Are you guys all you guys are all getting ready to go to the Morgansites district?
Yep, that's my
for
plan.
the dinner?
How much time do we have before that happens? Now that we've washed up and stuff.
Families. You have around 5 hours.
And in that case, is Elsa back yet from looking for us? She found Pitwick. She managed
She is
to
not. As you guys are, she is not yet. You don't know where she is right now.
Okay. In that case, I remember seeing where Elsa was
Yeah.
training by the training dummies. Is it okay if I go there and train in honor of Pitlick? I don't want to do something like that to a comrade again and be like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna throw a table like that didn't work. Bye.
With your downtime hours, I would say yeah, you can train for the next 5 hours or so as you are doing that. So yeah. What are you training with though?
I have a sword and I forgot to remove the improvised weapon from after I threw the table leg. So it's still in my, you know.
Anybody else doing downtime like training?
I'm
You
not.
do have to take a shower and get ready. So okay.
Oh crap!
Um,
I just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sweetheart.
We'll probably train before he takes a shower and gets ready. He wants to get a little more savvy with his sword. Because he's used to carrying a dagger, being a thief and all, but using a sword is more beneficial.
All right, so you guys spend the rest of the day for your free time simply relaxing and what's the name is gonna just Walter, you're just changing, right? You're just getting ready and you're changing, trying to just get ready for
Yeah, changing, getting ready, just getting some rest
the
since it was quite an ordeal.
absolutely. Okay. So you were not exhausting yourself, you're just getting ready, making sure you're meticulous, like with your clothes, like your fitting and everything. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and so if we train, we'll be exhausted. Is that right?
Who knows?
Oh, okay. I'll
So
devote some of those 5 hours to
right?
training. Okay, so if I train with my
Okay.
sword, will that be okay? And I'll try to leave some time to also freshen up again
You
afterwards
can
for
do
the
whatever
banquet.
you want.
Okay, all right. And I'll
Oh, sure.
Roko, you wanted to train as well, right? Do you want to train together?
Sure.
Okay, all right. And I think you'll do wonderfully with the new weapons that you picked up and the one that you have ready for you at the smithy. I'm excited for you to use that. A quarterstaff, right?
Well, I don't have it yet, but yeah.
I can't wait till it's in your hands. All right, then
All right, so Walter, you go back to the precinct as you are getting dressed. Adele and Roko, go ahead and attack each other.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't worry, you won't take hit. You won't take like any wounds or anything like that. You're just gonna just training.
okay.
And Linus, I need for you while they're doing that to give me a gossip check.
Okay, yeah.
Gossip
Let me sit back down.
Oh, Maddie ran downstairs to bring a plate to the sink. He's coming back upstairs right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fine. So Adele, you can either attack him back or dodge.
Okay. I'll practice maybe attacking back with the
So
sword
make sure
again.
you target him.
Yeah. Okay. So hover and then press T. Okay, and then I'll click sword.
Yep. As you guys are training.
Oh, I like the astounding failure.
And Roko is literally like, Roko, it's a joke to you in terms of Adele's fumbling with her weapon as you describe what that looks like.
Basically, as he's like training with Odell, he's like, "You're a little more sloppy than I thought you would be." And as he's like with one hand just parrying all of her attacks, and then every time we get Roku parries her attack, he like smacks her with like the blunt of the sword on the side, like on the back, on the leg, and just like kind of pushes her away every time.
This is amazing. Rocco is like a Miyagi sensei or something like that over here. Wax on, wax on.
So I need you guys, I need you to as Roko add +2 to your weapon skill. And Adele, you add +1 to your weapon skill.
Oh, thank you.
So under advances, just put under WS, put 2 for Roko and then put 1 for Adele under WS.
Thank you so much. I'll do that.
So 2. Okay, 2. And 2.
Yep, under advances.
It says confirm or add the cost of this advancement. Hit okay or free?
Yeah, just hit free.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so hit free as well if you're gonna do that. So you
Yep.
don't spend any XP doing it. Okay. So you guys have been trading for quite some time, and you realize you're gonna be late. Walter, you were dressed to perfection, and you meet up with Sally's group as you guys are going to be heading to the district. Give me a second.
I'm sorry, quick question. How much experience does it cost to level up a talent again? To go from, like, say, 1 to 2?
100 or 300 or something like that. 100. It should tell you. It should tell you if you click on it.
Okay. Oh, 200.
Oh, 200. It's
Wow.
200 EXP. If you if
Yeah.
you're trying to do Strike the Stein, Flee, yeah.
Oof. I don't have 200.
Yeah, it gets more expensive for each
Yep.
successive rank.
All right.
So, Walter, you see Sally as she looks back and forth, asking you where Adele and Rocco are.
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't see them around when I was getting ready. I mean,
Whatever the case, we have to hurry now. Hopefully they can join us later. I'm not sure how the Cursed FM is going to deal with it, but we don't have a choice. Come on, let's go, Walter.
understood.
All right, so you guys realize that it is what's it called? It's getting late. Adele and Rocco, as you guys have been training for an hour, and you guys got to run all the way back and change your clothes, unless you guys want to go with what you're wearing.
No, we're gonna head to the precinct. Back to change.
Okay.
All right. So right as you cross the bridge, you guys see Rocco and Adele running towards the bridge as well.
I think that's
Walter,
them
did you
over
want to
there.
say anything to them?
Yeah. Yeah, I see them. I say, I think I see them over there. And I just wave. Rocco, Adele. What happened? We've been waiting for you.
Are you serious?
We were training for a bit and we kind of lost time. We're heading to a precinct right now to get ready, and we're gonna run to the dinner.
Yes, we're so sorry. Well, just like Rocco said.
Well, you
we'll
should
be here.
hurry up.
Yes, of course.
We're going to
And
be
they
in the
run-
Morgan district.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
So
We'll
they
be right-
go without you guys. So they're going without you because she can't wait, she says. Walter, are you going to stay behind or are you going to go with Sally? Sally says that the Kurstoff family is very iffy when it comes to being late.
Walter just looks at them and, he just gives them a, see you there kind of like gesture.
Right, Walter. We'll see you there too. Rocco, I'm so sorry about this.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we'll use me as an excuse if they get mad at us.
You
for being
guys run
late.
back.
I still have that leg wound after all.
And so we go to Walter and the rest of them, Walter and Amris. And Walter, for you making the decision that you made based on the intuition of making, about nobles and how they can't, that they usually there's no excuse for being late, as you played well in keeping ready. I need for you to add a +2 to your fellowship,
Hey,
and this is
that's
for
so
free.
cool. Wow, good job. Good job, Nahum.
thank you.
You are all doing so well. This is so cool to see.
So Linus, with your check of gossip, somebody tells you that the exploding pig's den is the best place in the merchant's quarter to go if you want a nice spot.
Loading Pig's Den.
For cheap as well. The exploding pig's den, which is right north of you.
Well, I guess I'll
Let me
check out
add
the
you.
Exploding Pig's Den. But I will do so
Let me add
cautiously.
you for the, yep. And right before we get to you, and you start getting there, you do see that there is an inn. Smoke billows out from the chimney, but it is dank. It is slums. You're coming towards the slums as you smell this foul odor.
Good God, smells like I'm downwind of Adele.
I sneeze wherever I am.
You have learned that some people simply just lie based off what they tell you. Please raise your intelligence by just a +1
Okie dokie.
for free.
Is that adding an advance or just the initial by 1?
Yeah, adding it as advanced, so change it from 2 to 3.
Okay,
And then yeah, it's gonna be free.
gotcha.
All right. So we go to Solandra, Amris, and Walter as you guys are in the Morgan Sites street. And let me know if you guys can see the map. Adele and Groker weren't there.
I can see it.
All right. Do you guys see the map?
Uh-huh.
And so as you guys are walking along, Walter, Sally asked you,
Walter, are you quite familiar with these districts? It seems as though someone of your status would be.
Yes, I know my way here and there. Well, I am somewhat of a noble. It is more of a lower rank compared to some others.
I see. Then also,
she is quickly cut off by some guy who's well dressed in some noble clothing, wearing a cloak. Hefty man. He walks up and he looks down at her. He looks at the two of you, but then he just sort of just peers at her.
Solandra von Drakenberg? Is that you?
She looks over as she cuts the conversation short with you. She looks at this man.
yes, that is me.
He opens his arms.
Oh. It's me, Harry Schwartzberger. The Harry Schwartzberger. The one who brought you your gift back when you were a wee girl of the diamond ornament necklace for your 8th birthday. You remember I gave it to your father. In fact, Sally, are these your 2 servants over here?
Sally looks over, actually, with a bit of a surprised look on her face.
Oh, Harry, Mr. Harry Schwartzberger. Lovely seeing you here. Yes, these 2 are my servants. They serve me and, I'm here to see, Lady Kerstad.
Amorous turns to you, Walter, and he looks almost really confused.
Did she just say we're her servants?
Just roll with it. So I kind of whisper it to him.
That we're not. You're. Never mind.
He stops for a minute, and the hefty man, starts to speak more loudly as he overcomes the voice of Amorous.
Now, lovely seeing you here again rather than your own duchy. I must say, though, your servants need to be a little bit more dressed if they're to be coming out here in this area. You as well, Miss Solandra von Jagenberg. I heard about you serving in the watch or something after some debacle that happened. Don't forget who you are, Sally. You're supposed to be representing yourself. You were a Guild member of society. Do remember that. And you two, why aren't you holding her cloak?
You're quite right, sir. It's an error on my part. I shall do so immediately. So I go and I grab her cloak from the back.
Wait, what? Or Walter, what are we?
Oh,
Fine.
He does exactly what you do, as you are the lead for him, Walter, and he does the same thing. And Sally looks a little bit embarrassed about what's going on as the man nods his head at you all. You wouldn't want to have them ruining and sullying your status now, would you, Miss Solandra? He tells her. She nods at this. Very, just sweat drops on her head as she feels a little bit embarrassed.
By all means. It is good to see you again. Your father's supposed to be coming back here to vote on whether or not this place will be a Friedberg or not. And it is important and imperative that you do remain well aware of your status in this community. You shouldn't be slouching around such low last class citizens, let alone having your servants not do the work for you.
And he takes his leave. Sally turns back at you, Walter.
You can let the cloak down.
As you wish, my lady. So I let it down. Well,
You
that was
don't have to
interesting.
call me that, Walter.
She looks
Oh.
down at the ground.
Worry not. I'm only doing it in jest. But it is true that there are certain etiquette
Well, I'm not.
that need to be.
Why didn't you tell us that we were your friends? You should have told him that we're your friends, not your servants.
There's no need to be so
He doesn't say
bothered by
anything at
it.
this.
She has a lot of pressure on her. I wouldn't think too much about it.
I'm surprised you
Any-
went along with it so easily, Walter. If Gunnar was here, he wouldn't have allowed that to happen at all. In
In this
fact, he probably
soci-
would have punched that guy in his face.
In high-class society, you must live up with appearances. That is, above all else, what matters in the end.
You really
You can-
think so?
Well, it's not that
You
I
sound
think
like my
it
father
simply
and
is.
mother, Walter.
Well, you'll have to get used to more of this. Be meeting more individuals. Higher class, even. Just, take it
I'm
with
sorry,
tongue in
guys.
cheek.
I knew I should have said something, but I don't know. I am of Von Drakenberg, after all. Even though I do not follow what my father in his footsteps, I still have to represent myself somehow. I have to keep face.
Oh, I
Right, Walter?
understand. Oh, I completely understand. By all means, it's no slight on me. I know how this works.
Sally, this is exactly why I left my hometown anyway. Whatever, let's just go.
I hope you'll be fine in there.
As you start to walk, Walter, Sally grabs you on the shoulder.
Hmm? What's up?
Was I wrong? Is what he said true? Not amorous. Does status really matter so much in this society? That we have to disregard our own friends?
Well, I mean, it simply depends on the person. It's up for you to decide whether it's right or wrong.
You never question it, Walter? You just simply do what's expected of you in society?
Walter puts his hand on his chin. Well, when I was younger, it did seem a bit odd to me, but as I grew older, I realized that this is simply the way the world is. The best thing you can do instead of, letting it overwhelm you with its negativity is to simply make it work in your favor. That's how I approach things.
As soon as you guys start to talk, and Walter, you start to finish up with that, there is someone running, and he runs past Amherst without even noticing him, and it's Narb. As he's sweating,
Ah, Norb!
he doesn't say anything, but he just keeps running.
Oh, that was Narb, wasn't it? Well, he's running away.
It was. And he came from the way that we're supposed to be going, within the Kurstadt family.
Huh. I wonder what that was about.
What was that about?
I haven't the faintest clue. He's been a little bit, hidden these days. After he came back. But, he was in a rush.
It
Hope
sure
everything
was.
is fine.
I wonder if he was at the Kurstadt family's house. That's the only house out there on the left side. Whatever the case, that's where we gotta go. So, let's get moving.
Alright then.
And so you guys go to the house. Next up, we go to the pig's den, the slums.
The good old slums, Linus.
That's one word for it.
Poor Linus. Also, Nahum, you have a golden tongue, Nahum. You are so good at public oratory, and I hope that's a word. Public oration. That was amazing, and I love how after spending 5 hours grooming himself carefully, he was still mistaken as a servant by the uppity noble guy. 5 hours of grooming. Oh my.
That was pretty funny.
Y'all did that part so well.
Well,
Everyone did so well. And I love Amherst's, but that
yeah,
was so bad.
Amherst had to follow suit because since Walter was playing along with it, Amherst kind of felt that guilt. Was like, shit, I guess I got to do the same thing too.
Oh, they were just looking out for Sally, making sure she didn't have any sort of like noble issues.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep,
Gotta be a team player.
gotta do what you gotta do.
I like
And
how
so we go to our good friend out here in the slums.
poor
Good
Linus.
old Linus. Can you see the you guys can all see the map?
Yes.
I see
All right.
blackness, but I'm gonna refresh and see if I can see it.
I see
I
a black
see black
screen.
too. Same.
Don't refresh, please. Don't refresh.
Okay,
Don't
sure,
refresh.
sure.
Do not refresh.
Oh, okay.
Do not refresh. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Not yet, but no worries.
I do.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can look over
then
Matthew's
you
shoulder.
refresh, Melly. Then you hit refresh, Melly, while this is going on.
Oh, no, I hadn't refreshed. I hadn't refreshed it.
No, I'm saying refresh now. Refresh now since you have the
I'm so
opportunity.
sorry.
to.
Absolutely. It's loading.
All right. Okay. So while that is going on, that foul smell hits your nose, Linus, as you were currently within the slum area next to the exploding pig's den.
Oh God, this place looks like it gives you cancer.
Yeah, I got cancer just looking at it.
Is that a child's toy?
No, it's a Apple loading screen.
Oh.
Just wait, it'll finish loading soon.
Oh dear.
Oh man, give me a second. So, da, 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 da. There we go. So you are in this district. As you come by, you see a boy with his dog, and he's like talking to the dog as the dog starts barking, and he's pointing at the ball. And this kid starts to look around, and then he sees you as you come towards the district, and he runs over to you.
Hey, mister, do you mind helping me try to get my ball?
Oh, where did your ball happen to go?
It's right there.
Oh, goodness.
My
Hey,
dad
yeah.
is having a meeting or something, so I can't ask him.
Yeah, that's a bit far out there, isn't it?
You know, I'm trying to look to see if there's like some type of rope or something.
Well, I do happen to have this old longbow strapped to my back. I suppose that might be long enough to reach it from over here.
Really?
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can
you
reach
get
it.
Please?
Yeah, let's see if I can reach out to get it. So I'll extend the
Man,
longbow out to see if I can just kind of hook the edge of the ball to pull it closer. But if that kid makes a grab at me, I'll kick him into the water.
All right, as you're trying to do so, go ahead and just give me an if you're extending your hand out there,
Yeah.
give me a check for yeah, I would say this is along the lines of you trying to be meticulous and stuff, much like picking the lock and everything like that. So if you have anything that will help with that, like a dex check or something with careful arms, you could do that.
Let me take a look here. Gambling. No, nothing specific to that. So
Okay,
yeah, I could.
so just give me a dex check then.
All right.
And since you're using the longbow somewhat to kind of hook it in there, you can add a plus 20 to that.
Okay.
Nicely done.
There
You
we
hook the
go.
ball, and it comes up.
You got it! You got it!
Indeed.
He runs up and he picks the ball up. The dog barks almost like it's happy too as it wags its tail. And you hear someone from over here scream out a name. As this man appears on the other side, who looks like this.
He looks like he has a stand.
My God, he's got a thyroid issue.
He really does. He's got a. His neck has a
Valid.
neck. Oh, sorry.
Barling, what have I told you? Get over here now. Stop talking to strangers.
The kid who he called Barlin nods. And he looks at you.
Sorry, mister. Thank you so much, though.
Oh, not a problem.
My dad doesn't like me talking to strangers.
Of course, of course. By the way, could you point the direction of the exploding pig?
The exploding pig? Yeah, my dad goes there sometimes. It's owned by Hano. It's right here. You're gonna have to either climb up over the stairs where my dad is. Just be careful. He's been hanging around some weird guys lately. Try to pay them no attention.
I see, I see. Well, thank you, Barlin. Appreciate it.
Thank you. What's your name, mister?
You can call me Linus.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hope to see you around.
I'll wave to him as I keep walking. So, the only way to the exploding pig is passing by those JoJo characters on the upper terrace.
That is what he's told you. However, you could probably look for other ways. What would you do? What is Linus going to do?
I think Linus is going to take a longer, more circuitous route. But I'm going to keep my eyes open.
All right.
Because this looks like a set of stairs-ish.
And it does start to lead up towards, yep. Starts to lead up on there. And give me a second. Let me start to move some stuff over. Yeah, you start to make your way up over there. And as you pass by, you start to see that there are people there all congregating in an area with their arms crossed in front of this house. A couple of the men are sitting on boxes. I'll leave it to you if you want to stick around or not to hear what they're trying to say, or you continue to go about your business.
You know, I I love gathering information. I'd like to make a stealth check to see if maybe I can surreptitiously listen in.
So, are you going to stand there? What is he doing?
I was going to try to kind of, you know, a little bit of make sure I'm out of most of their eye lines. But within earshot.
All right. Give me a stealth check, please.
All right. Any modifiers?
Nope.
Okay. Ooh, boy.
So, as these guys are discussing, you hear this individual. Let me move the. So, you hear this guy right here who looks a little beat up and looks like he's got a lot of scars on his face, and he's swinging back and forth on the box. Wait a second. Says,
Lee, you talking about 20 gold piece for each of us? Man, I know that ain't gonna be right. You sure he said that?
you hear the female as she slaps him upside the head.
Hey, kick your damn voice down. You can't be talking about that like that. Anyway, go on, Sigmund. Tell us everything.
Sigmund, this guy is burly looking man. He looks more competent than the rest of them.
Listen, that's exactly what he said. I don't know too much of the details, but I'm gonna have a talk with him tonight. Once he comes by, we'll know what the job is, and we'll each get our cut, okay? That's it. Ruff. Where's your little boy?
You hear the man that someone calls Graf. Now you can see he's pointing towards the man that called out Barlin.
Are you going to leave him here? You know, if you're going to be doing this, you have to... Where's his mother? She's around here somewhere, right? She's supposed to be part of the Uberstrike Watch. Last thing I heard about her.
The man called Graf's size.
Yes, she is by there. Well, I don't know if she would take care of Ballin while we're doing the job that we're doing. I may have to put him in another care.
The guy sighs. And one individual who has looks like he has a burnt, scar on his face, as if a hot iron touched it for too long. He starts to swing around.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do when I get this job done. I'm gonna make sure I get me a fine piece of ass over there. And I ain't talking about you, Gretchen. I'm talking about some real good stuff next to Frola. Now, when we go down there by that customs house, we're gonna make sure that everything looks good at first. And then...
And as soon as you hear that, and you're listening, Linus, some man from the far top looks around and he sees you.
Oh, please. Go, gold, please, gold, please. Please.
Please what?
Don't go, please. Please, sir, please. Spare some gold.
Gold? Do I look like I have gold? I mean, I've resewn the patches on these pants at least a dozen times.
As soon as you say that, that takes notice of some of the people that were just talking and having a conversation. The female called Gretchen looks over and sees that you're talking to this man over there. She turns around, she looks over, and she points at you.
Hey, what do you think you're doing over there?
I was drinking until you and this other gentleman accosted me.
Really?
And as I say that, I
You
kind of
think I'm
shake.
gonna believe that?
I shake the bottle of whiskey that I had pocketed from Kurt von Jorgen's stash.
Where'd you get that from? That's expensive stuff, you know.
Yep, and I got it for a 5-finger discount.
You sure you ain't hearing nothing?
Haven't heard a thing.
In fact, you sure look kind of good, though.
Well, shucks, little lady, you're not
Starts
so
to
bad
trickle her
yourself.
fingers on your. She takes her finger as she rubs it on the front of your coat. One of the men turned back around and he screams out to her.
Quit fucking around and get back here, Gretchen. Leave that idiot alone, let alone all the other dudes. In fact, take this whiskey. God damn it, take the damn thing and give it to us.
She looks at you, line.
Orders are orders.
Yeah,
Mind giving that to me, sweet thing?
Well, there's a lot more of you than there is of me. Here you go.
I'll be always over here if you ever want to call me.
So she takes the whiskey and she goes back and this guy is still asking for some gold from you.
Yeah. So I'll flip him I only have silver. That's
Gold? Please, sir.
Sorry, friend. The only thing of value I had just walked off with that lady over there. If you go ask her real nicely, though, they might share that whiskey.
Oh, no, sir. I ain't going over there. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That right there is the bar crew. I ain't messing around with them bars.
Bower crew, huh? Are they the local toughs?
Yeah, they got their own gang and stuff. Yeah, hold on. Come here. Let's not speak in front of them. You sure you don't have any gold on you? I'm so hungry right now, man.
You know, I might be able to scrounge something up if we have a good conversation.
You know what'd be good? You got any more of that moonflower?
Moonflower, huh? No, I'm afraid I'm fresh out of that.
No, that's one of the rarest things. But, weird root is always good, too. somebody, one person sold that stuff over here, and I used all of that in my mandrake root. You gotta have something on you, man. You don't have any Ronald's Delight?
No
That's the good
Ronald's
stuff.
Delight. No,
That's the
nothing. In
real
fact,
good stuff. Yeah.
I just got into
Ronald's
town.
Delight.
Just got into town, and I got frisked by the guards on the way in. First the Outdwarfs, then the Ubersreich watch. I tell you, man, they take everything off of you by the time you get through, right?
Well, Damn. Where's that guy selling some Ronald's Delight? I swear he hangs around here at nighttime. I need some of that stuff, man. I need it.
He starts to stumble off away from you as he starts muttering to himself. And he goes into a corner, huddled into a ball.
All right, I'll see if I can sneak back over and pick up the any more of the conversation. But if it fails, I'll move on towards the exploding pig.
Give me another stealth check on this one, my friend,
Yeah.
as you're trying to peer around the corner.
Yeah.
And this is actually an opposed test.
Womp womp.
Oh, shit. So as you peer around the corner, the man Sigmund looks at you. He doesn't say anything, but he looks at you as they're asking him questions, and he stops the conversation as he holds his hands up. And he looks at you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'll give.
Doesn't
I'm gonna
tell them to attack you. Doesn't tell them to do anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a wink, and I'll keep walking.
And he allows you to. You hear the sound of a dog as it barks next to you. Not biting you, but just barking straight at you.
And this is the entrance here. All right.
Yep, so you got to go straight down here, and there's two entrances.
Yeah,
so you
okay,
can go
yeah,
straight
I see the
down,
second
or you can
entrance
go
now.
the other way. Yep. So give me a second while I move the what's it called? So give me a minute. 1 second. I'm gonna move the stream. I'm just gonna have this thing have you attached with Tagger, and so you can just tags onto you or whatever. So as you're walking, two other guys come up from behind you, and they say the same thing.
Sir, do you have any Ronald's Delight? Ronald's Delight, please?
You know, you're the second person to ask me about that, but I've never heard of it before. Does somebody around here sells it?
Please. Yeah, yes. A salad. Please. Please. Do you have 1 silver shilling? 1 silver shilling, sir?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Yes, 1 silver shilling.
Afraid not, my friend. Afraid not. In fact, I was going to see if I could go whore myself out for a warm bed tonight. That rough.
No. I know you have a silver shilling. Yeah, I can tell by your clothing. No, you won't leave.
What? This clothing? God, this stuff's stolen.
Puts his hand on your shoulder.
Silver shilling, please. 1 silver shilling, please. I know you have one. I know it.
No, friend, I think you need to let go.
No, I won't let you leave.
Tell you
The other
what.
two as well. The other guy Looks like he's about to come at you, and it may get a little bit iffy. What do you want to do?
I've got my knife at easy access, but I'm gonna firmly say no, and I'm gonna start walking towards the entrance of the inn.
They both look at each other. They don't pursue. And they both look at you, looking you up and down. And that's it.
I'm so worried that this inn is one of those places where you wake up without your liver or something like that.
Oh, it absolutely is.
So you walk into the inn and you see a few gruff-looking patrons. One man wearing a well-known eye patch, not looking at you, but simply talking to some companion. And you see almost a guy who looks kind of rough, but he looks like a little bit of a pretty boy with blue hair, and he has scars on his face. They both look towards you, but they continue on with the conversation that they were having. They don't really pay too much attention. They just like a quick glance as they peer at you. One guy going above this guy. Yeah, so you see this gruff-looking individual. He looks like he actually can hold himself well. It looks like in a fight. He's tending to the bar, and he's cleaning up, the front area. Doesn't look at you. He's still doing it. Did you want to do anything?
No, for now, I'm just going to passively listen. See if I can pick up any details from the room around me.
If you're not saying anything, you hear a voice.
I think you're in the wrong area. What are you doing here?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
You know, man, I'm was just looking for a quiet place. Hey, you know anything about this Reynald's Delight that everybody's talking about?
I don't know nothing. Now, you here to pay or what? Information don't come free.
All right. So, what do you got to drink?
Well, got some normal ale and stuff, and it's all included in the package. You want to stay here? Especially for someone who looks like you. You got to stay here tonight, and you got to pay for a drink. That's going to be 2 silver shillings. And if I like you down the line, it may turn into 1 silver shilling.
Yeah? What's a guy got to do to get liked by you, huh?
Easy. You keep staying here and you keep paying. How's that sound?
I'd like to use my intuition check to kind of get a read of the danger level in this room.
Sure.
There it is. Okay.
You look around, and the only 2 gruff individuals that look really like they may do something to you if really bothered or tempted are those 2 guys sitting there.
Okay, I'll
Everybody else seems to be just having their conversations between one another, not paying you any attention.
Yeah, I'll nod to the barkeep as yeah, okay, I'll take the package. But I'd love to
All right.
love to have a good conversation over the drink, if that's all right with you.
All right, pay up the 2 silver shillings and we got a deal. Who knows, if I may like you, I may make it 1 silver shilling tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll quietly set the 2 silver down in front of me near the barkeep.
All right, that's going to come with a meal, and that's going to come with a bed. Also with a drink and some shower. You fine with that? We don't really have that much in order for you to actually wash yourself. We just got a bucket of water filled in the back. You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So if you're trying to find a room, try to find one that's not locked. Anyone that's not locked, all the way back there, is vacant. It's for you to take.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Sound good to me?
Sounds good. So,
Good.
what can you tell me about this area? I've met some interesting people on the way in.
You new around here, or you just stupid?
Little bit of both.
You probably want to try your luck a little bit later. Where you from?
Oh, I originally from Altdorf, but been making my way over here, trying to find some work.
Okay. We got an Altdorfer here. Ain't that some shit? What's an Altdorfer doing here, especially right now in the slum district?
I'm not a
You
very
down on your luck
popular.
or something, or are you here for something else?
Not a very popular Altdorfer, that's for certain.
Slanging around here? The only people I know who would probably be coming to this district, trying to pick up on anything, is either some type of stupid-ass investigator, or some dumbass who wandered himself down here not knowing what to do with himself. Now, which one of it are you?
Oh, definitely the dumbass, sir.
Ain't that some shit?
Yep, I've been here
Well,
5 minutes and I've already lost
here's a
my
little
whiskey.
tip.
But you're
Be
saying a
careful
little
poking
kid,
your
huh?
nose around here around time to. That's my tip to you. Just be careful poking your nose. Never know what may happen. Especially with the Bauer family around there. You probably saw them congregating in the back over there, didn't you?
Yeah, Gretchen took an interest in me.
Ah, you know her name already, ain't that something? You better hope you sleep with one eye open or else the pants will be caught down.
I'll double latch my pants then.
I will hope you do so. Well then,
He makes it like a little drink and he slides it across to you and he pours him and you some ale.
Local
And I
local
need for
brew.
you
you can call it a family brew. That's about it. Well,
All right.
looks like me and you're going to be getting real. You're the first Altdorfer I've seen that come around here. And it seems like you may have some information I need as well as information that I could give you.
We might be able to work something out.
Well, then, let's get started.
And so, what I want you to do before we cut to the next scene is I want you to give me a gossip check and add a +20 as you guys start to exchange stuff. You telling him about Altdorf and all that, and he exchanged some interesting information about for you. All right. So we will cut to there, and we will go down to the next scene at the Cursed Estate. Let's see. Let me know when you guys are there, and I'll put a stream on for everybody. So you guys can see the map, even though your characters aren't there, Adele and Rocco.
It's
Yeah, I can see
lovely.
it.
All right. And so, let's see. There we go. You guys come, and Sally, you guys peer this huge mansion, and it is the second largest mansion on here. The third is the Ashfenberg's mansion that you've seen. In the largest is the Brimmer mansion, which you haven't been to. But you come to this large, extremely large mansion at the top of this hill. And Sally looks perplexed, and she looks to you, Walter.
Have you seen anything like this? This is huge. I know my duchy is quite big, but this is extraordinarily huge. Walter?
Oh, Nahum's gone.
He's muted.
And Sally's by himself. And so, while that's going on, the maid comes out and greets them. And she looks left and right, wondering, like, you could tell that there's like a little bit of confusion on her face as she looks at Sally and Amorous, and she looks confused as if there's more people. And Adele and Rocco, you guys are running, and you guys do meet up and make it there as you're sweating. What do you guys do?
We made it, Adele. Oh, shit.
You got quite some legs on there, Sensei. I'm glad we made it in time. It looks like everyone just made it to the front door. Thanks, Rocco, for getting us.
Let's wipe out some of this sweat. And do I have anything like this? I guess a bandage technically. Let's see, a pouch, a sack. I'm just gonna assume that Rocco has like a cloth somewhere where he could just wipe the sweat off his forehead and his face.
Yeah, good idea. I'll take a handkerchief and be like,
You
I'm
do
trying to make
so.
myself presentable.
Oh, I have a mask.
The maid looks at you. He's gonna use a. The man takes out a burglar mask, and it's like, oh god, that was
doesn't work.
Put in this mansion.
I have a hood or a mask.
That's amazing.
So the maid looks at you guys a little perplexed and confused. Oh, so he's back now. So Walter, the maid looks a little confused as she looks at Rocco and Adele as they're running up trying to catch up to you guys.
Those your other companions?
Yes, those two. Rocco and Adele, they're with us.
Hey, excuse me. Yes, so welcome to the Kurtzstadt Estate, all of you. Please, if you will, follow me.
Sure, of course.
Thank you.
She goes off and let me make I'm not sure why there we go. I'm not sure why everything is. There we go. Gotta make you like slightly bigger. I don't know why you were small. Okay, so yeah, she goes and she tells you guys to follow her.
Turning small in honor of Pipwick.
And you can see what's going on, right, Matt? Like inside the mansion and stuff.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So as you approach the mansion, you see this elegant-looking man dressed in aristocratic clothing. However, he doesn't look like he's house, like head of the family, as he turns and greets you all, he bows down. The maid turns around and she talks to him for a bit. And then she talks to you and she says,
Excuse me, I'll go get the lady of the house. Lady Helen Kerstatstad. Excuse me if you will. It's good to see all of you that you are able to make it. And wasn't there supposed to be one other guest? I believe that there was supposed to be a sixth member. He doesn't look to be here.
Oh,
It was a halfling, right?
yes, ma'am. My apologies. Ma'am, he passed away in the line of duty very recently.
He did?
Yes,
Oh,
I apologize for
alright.
the terrible news.
No, I'll tell the lady of the house of this news. Thank you so very much.
she goes and she runs upstairs. And she goes back around and goes and touches the lady. This other man slowly walks up to you guys as he gives you a humble bow. The top of his feather hat falls over his head, and then he lifts his head back up as he looks at you all.
Greetings, Solandra von Drakenberg. And another face I do know as well. Adele Grootgard, is it?
Oh, sir. Yes, I apologize. Have we made each other's acquaintance prior to this?
No. I know your mentor very, very well. Osana Winandis. We've hired her for multiple occasions, dealing with a lot of cases. She has been a valuable individual to us, and one of our most trustworthy individuals that we always can count on.
Yes,
You are in very good hands, Lady Adele Goodgard.
Yes, she has been an excellent mentor, I say as I bow deeply.
And you look a little bit... Oh. Are you all right? You look a little bit sweaty. You're not sick, are you? I would sure hope that you're not coming here with a fever.
Oh, I apologize.
You and that gentleman over there.
Oh, it is my fault that we have arrived less than a pristine condition. You see, I was wounded in the line of duty lately by the same event that unfortunately took our compatriot's life, and I was slow in getting us here. My friend Rocco here, I slowed him down as well, so I apologize. But other than that, I feel all right. Thank you, sir, for your concern. I'll be sure to pass along your.
Well, bring nothing of it. Don't think much of it, and I do say it is an honor to see you here today, regardless of the sweat situation that I'm noticing. Hopefully none of it falls on the floor for us to clean up. That's the last thing I have work to do. So then, what are the two of your names in the back? I know of Solandra and I know of Amris. Who are you two?
Name is Roker Gerson, sir.
And my name is Walter Shunson. It's a pleasure.
Walter Shunson. Well, you look more meticulous than anyone I've ever seen, especially than your other two companions. Are you also a noble, my friend?
Yes, of course. Not as a high status as yourself, sir.
Oh. What is your you said Walter Shunson? I haven't really heard of the Shunson name before. Well, you are meticulous, no doubt, and you are elegant. My friend, are you in any line of work?
I participate in multiple things. My passion, of course, is as work as an envoy.
Ah, an envoy. Well then, we could use your services sometimes if you don't mind. A couple of things need to get around the Uberstrike, and we do need some help. Sometimes some of our men they travel into certain places they really shouldn't be, and they're ambushed by some bandits, but with particular routes, I'm pretty sure as an envoy you know the safe means of passage very, very well. Am I right?
But of course, my good sir.
Absolutely. A respectable man. I do like that. Good to see you again, Amherst and Lady Solandra.
Amherst bows down and Sally kind of sort of bows down and with a little bit of hesitation.
Now, your father and Lady Kirstad are on different terms, Solandra. While you've been out and about, rummaging around, playing hero, a couple of business decisions have been made for them to be drawn closer between the families. No need to give me that posh type face that you're giving me. And another thing.
Right when he says that, the maid shows up as she stops for a minute and looks at everybody, but then she holds out her one hand and she looks towards the stairs.
Please. Introducing the lady of the house. Helen Kurtzstadt Stuck.
A meticulous lady comes down wearing the most elegant dress you guys have ever seen. As her hair flares up between brown and red, it flows in the back like a peacock. She slowly walks down the stairway. The maid steps over to the other side as she lingers down. She looks over at this man without saying a word. And she whispers something in his ear, and he gives off a bright smile as she looks towards you all.
I hope Joseph hasn't been giving you guys any bit of trouble. Now has he? Lady Solandra? Oh, is that Adele Groot God I see? I've always wanted to meet you.
Oh my, yes, ma'am. It's a pleasure to make
She
your
holds out her
acquaintance.
hand.
And I'll try to gracefully take her hand and bow to her. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance too, my lady. Have we met before, or maybe you know of my mentor, Osana?
We have not, but I've been on very many cases with Osana, and she does an extraordinary job by me. I hope you could do the same in the future for me as well when she retires.
It would be an honor to try my best, ma'am. I'll try to, my mentor is indeed a very veteran professional.
She looks down and she looks over left and right.
Miss Solandra von Drakenberg, daughter of Duke Konstantin von Drakenberg, member of the town council Ubersreich. Where is Gunnar, and where is the halfling that I sent my note for? Oh, that's right. The maid of the house did tell me about the halfling. My humble apologies to all of you. I've heard what happened down there in the caverns. And what I didn't know was, Joseph, I didn't know Osana's apprentice was also part of the market plots brawl.
Joseph looks at her.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lady. I must be mistaken. He wasn't. Lady Adele Gurgard, are you here in the place of someone else?
Oh, yes, I am afraid that Sir Gunnar, whom you have graciously inquired about, my lady, he could not make it tonight, and he sends his regrets along with me to take his place, if that pleases you all, my lady.
Yes, Miss Kurstad, Lady Kurstad, excuse me. Gunnar couldn't make it tonight, so Adele took his place. And Ferdinand couldn't make it. They're a little bit busy, but me and Amherst did show up as well as Rocco and Walter.
She looks over as she starts to analyze everybody going around. She peers at you, Rocco.
Oh. Looks like you had a little bit of a workout. Is it hot in here to you, my
No, ma'am.
friend?
No, ma'am. It's just a walk with Lady Adele.
Yes, ma'am, it's my fault. I bow again. I apologize. My friend here was keeping pace with me with my leg injury and helping me along. We apologize for our unkempt appearance.
Leg injury? Where did you get that from, Adele Grugard? Lady Grugard, if you will.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You're too kind to ask. We were recently on a special watch mission, and unfortunately, some of us were injured in the line of duty trying to protect the city and keep it safe. But we were able to, ultimately survive. And unfortunately, that's the same incident that took Mr. Pithwick's noble life, my lady. Now, we do apologize.
I see, I see. Not a problem. And you are Mr. Walter Shanson, aren't you? I've heard of you, you know.
Ah, it's an honor to be have heard from you. It's a pleasure to meet you, madam.
Yes.
Or do I light
Some
bow?
people by the docks have been talking about you, and so has Giovanni Orrug. He told me about your good envoy services, and let alone I may have a job for you in the future if you're willing to take it.
I'd be honored to be of service to you, madam.
I pay very well.
By all means, I'd be happy to assist you.
Lovely. Well, in the meantime, let us not tally about here within the main square area. Let us move about within the dinner table as we can talk about what I wanted to talk about to you all, and to thank Pithwick and Gunnar, but I'll make honorary celebrations to them, please.
She looks at the maid as she scoffs, and the maid runs over and opens the door for her, and she walks through. Joseph looks at you all.
Well, let us not tell you about. Let's get going. Come on.
Thank you for your invitation.
Suppose we should be on our way.
I'll say thank you to the maid for, opening the doors for us. But then I turn around and I scream at
Sally
Sally.
looks at Rocco.
Don't trust anything she says.
I can already tell.
Oh, sorry, I'll let Sally and Rocco go in first, and Walter too. I'll follow at the end. Oh, you guys are so sweet to keep popping out the door for me. That was so cute. Thank you so much. No, everyone is doing so amazing with roleplay. I'll sit next to Rocco, I guess, and across from Walter. Oh wait, crap! Did I sit in that fancy guy's seat? I'm so sorry. Wait, where should I sit? I feel so bad.
Nope, you're fine. He's not sitting down. He is standing up with his hands behind his back, standing in the corner right behind the lady.
Oh, is he like the butler of the house? Like the guy who runs the servants, or?
Who knows? You never asked him.
Oh, goodness.
He's there. And so the lady of the house holds up a toast.
To Gunnar and to Mr. Pithwick Grumblepot for saving my daughter that day during the marketplace brawl.
Indeed. He was a good man.
The glass is already held with some liquor, some wine inside of it for you guys to drink. And she takes the first swig.
I'll take a polite sip.
As do I.
The maid moves on back as she goes into the kitchen to go prepare the rest of the food. The lady looks at you all.
Truly, I wanted to thank you all for coming here today. And I truly wanted to thank Mr. Pithwick and Mr. Gunner for saving my daughter Annika that day, Kerstadt. In fact, I would like to present my daughter to see who she owes her life to, in honorary, even though the two of them cannot make it here. Annika, come here now.
From the other side of the room behind you, Rocco, you hear the sound of somebody walking behind you. And she's like, it sounds like a female's voice as she's telling someone else to come. And this girl comes in. She looks like she has scars on her arms. And this feeble young boy that looks significantly younger than her and weak, he's holding on to her arm as he comes in and looks as well. And he's holding a book in his hand. As he's holding the book, Annika walks in. She almost looks like she has an attitude as she walks in there. She looks, she does the same thing as well as she looks left and right.
Yes, Mother. I'm here.
As she says that, the boy lets go of her arm and he runs up to you, Adele, in Rocco, holding a book. He points at the book at a picture and he opens his mouth saying incoherent things. And he's pointing at what appears to be some man holding a hammer.
Oh, what a strong-looking fellow.
I need for you guys to make a lore check. It's a man holding a hammer with magnificent armor, and he has a blue cloak on.
What if I don't have lore?
If you don't have lore, you can make an intelligence check.
I have 3 lores. I have lore law, which is probably not this case, lore Reichland, and lore theology.
Give me Laura Reichland. Give me Laura Reichland, please. And since you have Laura Reichland, add a plus for you. Since you have Laura Reichland, I want you to add a plus 20 to that.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll do that right
I forgot. Why is my intelligence so fucking high?
now.
You mean initiative or intelligence?
No, intelligence.
I is initiative. INT. Why the fuck is your intelligence so high? It's 40.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I just.
That's the highest stat. I don't know why.
I love
don't
your
know
brain
why.
is pulsing with power.
So Adele, you realize who this is. He's holding a book of Valton, who is the Herald of Sigmar. He is known as the Chosen of Sigmar and the Exalted of Sigmar. And he's a great warrior who lives today in fights for the Empire, as apparently people have said he has been blessed with a fragment of the divine power of the people's patron god, Sigmar.
Oh, wow. My goodness. are you a fan of? I don't know if the word fan exists in this world, but are you fond of this incredible hero Voltar?
As
Oh,
soon
thank
as you say that, Adele, you hear someone yelling from across the room, and it's Lady Helen Kerstadt.
How many times have I told you to stop incoherently babbling when guests are around? Come here now.
He slowly starts walking up, and she grabs the book. And as soon as she grabs the book, she hits him in the face with it. The boy drops down to the floor, and Annika runs over.
I told you not to bring him here, Annika. You are not his keeper. He is not your servant. I told you to keep him away from when you are called. He doesn't need to be clinging on to you like... Yeah, this family needs some work, Annika. If you are to replace your older brother, I need you to start acting like the lady of the house. Do you hear me?
Ma'am?
It's badly enough that Gunnar and Mr. Pithwick had to save you. I was not talking to you, Lady Grootgard. Please keep your mouth shut.
I'll try to look at Annika sympathetically and at the boy to see if he's okay.
She looks at Annika, and Annika actually retorts back to her.
If those thugs never came up behind me and Alicia, I wouldn't need any type of saving. Mother,
Lady Kerstadt gets up off the seat as she clutches her fists.
You are to be leaders of this family, yet both of you show no qualities to do so. And like hell, I'll let your damn cousin in Altdorf lead this family. If your older brother wasn't stupid enough, I would be at ease today. Leave. Of you. Get out.
They both start to get up and walk as Annika picks up her younger brother as she grabs him by the hand, and they both leave, closing the door. Lady Helen sits back down at the table, holding her head, which has a vein on it, and she tries to regain her composure.
I humbly apologize about that. Kids can be a handful since I'm the only one here. I have a lounging husband who stays in Altdorf. And all he cares about is money. And no interest in Ubersreich. I'll cut to the chase before the food gets here. If you are all not aware, it was I who hired Osana to get you all out of that market plot situation to avoid a dangerous long-term sentence or even execution. Sally? Amris?
Sally looks down at the plate, and then she looks back at her.
We thank you, Lady Kerstadt.
She looks at all of the rest of you guys.
Say it too.
Of course.
Of course.
We're
Say
forever in your debt.
Thank you, lady.
And on behalf of those who cannot make it, I extend their thanks as well, of course.
Now that there has been decided, The food is about to come out.
The maid brings the food out as she puts it all on you guys' plates. And it is very elegant food that she puts on all your plates one by one. And then she goes back into the kitchen. And as she goes back into the kitchen, the lady, as you guys are all eating, and Rocco, this is the fanciest meal you have ever seen in your life. It is not like a plate full of food, but it is very meticulously done. Uh, it is neat and ordered, and you don't know if this is gonna even fill you up, but it is the fanciest thing you've ever seen for some food. Lady Helen Kerstadt puts her hand on the plate, and she's eating very slowly, with one fork in hand and another with a knife, cutting some of the steak up.
I have a favor to ask of you all. Of course, you would have known that when you came here. If you don't mind, do you mind hearing my request?
By all means.
Mr. Rocco, Adele, and Walter?
Of course.
By all means, my lady.
There was a man named Harry Schwartzberger.
Right now, Solandra looks at you, Walter, as she whispers in your ear, "Didn't we? That was the man we just saw outside." She told you when you were holding up the cloak.
Oh, I see.
Are you all familiar with the name?
I'll go ahead and shake my head no, as we did not see this guy outside earlier.
I see. Well, to inform you all, and I'm pretty sure, being part of the Watch, it takes diligent responsibility to do what is right. And I am doing my job as a normal citizen of Uber's right to do what is right. There have been talks that he is hiding something along the lines of taxes. Normally, we're supposed to give our money to the customs house, at least 10% of the profit that we make on certain given months. This was originally given to the Jungfruits. However, there has been a power vacuum since the Jungfruits have been ousted. There is no one to give the money to that we can trust. I still do my part, however, and give it to Jonah, down there by the custom house. For what I know, I have heard rumor that he is not, and that he has also been going down to the Exploding Pig's Den area at nighttime, wandering off into the streets for some unknown matter. I'd ask that you take this formal letter and give it to Captain Pfeffer, and take the matters into someone to investigate the situation. Lady Grootgard, can I count on you to do this?
Yes, ma'am. As I extend my hand for the letter, we will certainly take care of this for you, ma'am. And now I'll go ahead and take the letter from her. Just to clarify, Soul, she says that she's suspicious of Jonah, and she thinks Jonah's been hanging out with, lower class people at the pig.
Not Jonah.
Oh, not Jonah.
She's suspicious of Harry Schwartzberger, and I'll put
sorry.
that's the big fat guy that you see on the.
The guy who made such a big deal
he's
about
a noble guy. Yes, Harry, and I'll put him on there. Harry Schwartzberger.
Thank
he
you so
has been seen at nighttime. She says going into the Exploding Pig's Den area, the slums. She says, doing something. She doesn't know what, but she knows and heard that he hasn't been paying his taxes.
Dun, dun, dun.
And she's basically snitching. So she wants you to take that letter and give it to
Captain Pfeffer,
Captain
right?
Pfeffer.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. We'll see to it that Captain
And
Beverly
so-
receives your letter.
Good. I appreciate that. And once again, it is a shame that Mr. Pithwick and Gunnar could not be here today. You know, Gunnar used to work for me long time ago. Back when I was really young. But he decided to quit after he demanded some inexcusable compensation with some amount of work that he did. I hope he still hasn't put a bad taste in his mouth ever since that incident.
Oh, I am sure that's not the case, ma'am. You know how watch duties can get. He was unable to leave work, but he does truly send his
Absolutely.
condolences.
And well, let us enjoy the meal for tonight, and we'll have normal, engaging conversation. How does that sound?
Yes, ma'am. We appreciate this invitation yet again. Will your children be joining us, ma'am, for supper?
There's no need to mention my children, Lady Groupgard.
I'll look back down at my plate. I understand, ma'am.
And she goes and eats as well as she gives you a smile once you go back looking at your plate. And so you all start to enjoy the rest of the meal that was given. What are you going to say, Melly?
Oh, I just feel so bad for her kids. She's like, wow, at them, and then they go without supper. This guy has to stand here in the corner watching her eat, smelling all this good food. The maid gets scoffed at if she's slow to open the door. I feel like, ooh, in this house, everyone's walking on eggshells around her. Oh,
So one thing she does say before we end this scene off, as she tells you guys, everything in terms of like certain aspects of what a noble should be, what they should look like. She says,
Mr. Walter and Rocco and everyone else the group got. Remember that money is only a tool. It would take you wherever you wish, but it would not replace you as a leader, as that requires power.
and that is what she leaves you all with.
Wise words.
And so we go back to the exploding pig's den, where our hero, Linus Stalling, is out here while you guys are all having the meal of your life.
You don't know me.
Where the party at?
So I actually, Matt, do need you to give me a drinking alcohol test. Please.
I'm not convinced that he's actually drinking alcohol. It looks like everyone here is drinking protein shakes 24/7. Their necks are the size of like bourbon barrels.
Did you want to re-roll that, or you gonna keep that?
You roll that, my man.
Yeah,
You're a drinker.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-roll that.
This is the last part today. This is the last. Yeah, this is the last.
That's what
part
I was
today.
thinking. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
The house brew was stronger than we anticipated.
Oh.
Oh, way.
You are impeccably drunk. And so, Mr. Hano, he says to you,
I think we've exchanged enough good information. I've told you about all the people where they been getting Renaud's delight around here, trying to feel good between each other, trying to take off.
he tells you very secretly that it has been apparently Renaud's delight is being supplied by the Baron for free.
I see.
All right, it's getting late. Well, wait, you looks like you're gonna here, get some sleep around there. Pick a room. You need to head out. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take for you, but you need to go and pick something up. Go get some sleep.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You see, he's holding up two hands as he's hoping that you don't bump into, like, he's looking at these guys over here and hoping that you don't mistakenly bump into them. As he's like, he's cringing right now. And I'll move the thing in there so you can pick a room.
And I am actually going to scoot the dresser in front of the door before I pass out on the floor.
It's a good idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And so you do so, and I'm pretty sure you lock the door as well.
Yep.
All right. And so you're going to sleep for tonight?
Is that a window? That's a window, right?
Yeah.
That is a window.
It's too small for me to fit through.
Hmm.
Not with that attitude.
All right. Learn this trick where I remove my clavicle to fit through tiny spaces.
So you guys can all see what's going on right inside of the room.
Yep.
Yeah. Are there
All
curtains
right.
on the window? Okay, never mind. Wow, this place
So
is
are
really.
you? I'm assuming you're in the bed right now, Linus.
He's typing some notes. Oh.
Okay. Stashes, absolutely. And so, Linus, you get some sleep. It's been around. You don't know how long it's been, but it does get to the point to where you do sober back up a little bit. As you start to hear a female outside screaming. And this female, she looks like she's hurt. She walks on the other side, right around here. And I'll show you what she looks like. Give me a second. From what you can tell from the light that she's standing in, it's a halfling. Bleeding.
Please, anyone. Anyone, please.
You hear the sound of someone else walking towards her. Very slowly, holding a lantern, as you see someone with a fox mask walking slowly towards her. His face is visible as he's holding this lantern.
Stay back, please. Please stay back, please.
What do you do?
From my vantage point, I can't see any way to actually get to her. The window is too tiny for me. So, does the window open? Like, I'm looking at the window. Does it look like it can open at all?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can say what you're doing. Just state what you're doing.
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
tell
So
you
I'm gonna
if you can do it or
I'm gonna
not.
get the window open and kind of shout
Okay.
out the window for the halfling lass. This way. You know, because she could fit through that window.
When you shout that, the man wearing the fox mask looks at the window and shines the lantern your way. And he tries to get a look at who says that.
Hold up a finger to look like a fake mustache. I'm still a little drunk.
The female halfling jumps into the water as you hear a splash. And the fox looks at her as she starts to swim. And as she starts to swim away, he drops the lantern down. And he takes out some rope. He puts it into a lasso. And he swings it straight at her, hooking her onto it.
Please, don't let him get me. Please, mister. Please, help me.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything in the room that I can throw at him? That I can see? Could throw a shoe at him.
Candle that you got.
You put the dresser in front of the door, right, Betty? What if you threw a dresser drawer at him?
I don't. I mean, I could try. Yeah.
It might cost, in the end, you may have to pay the hotel back for it. But
Because I don't have any arrows.
you picked up one, right? Did you use it?
Yeah, I shot the
Oh.
ghoul with it.
I'm sorry. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I could throw a dagger at him, or I think that's the only thing I could do through this tiny window, is try to hit him with a dagger. But
up to you.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
pulling the
attempt.
halfling.
Yeah, I'll attempt it, and I'll keep shouting like a madman. All right.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Let me see.
You're not proficient with throwing a dagger, it's very difficult to do so. You're not some type of
Yeah. Well, I was
circus
what is
assassin or
the
anything like
what's
that.
the range?
Just go ahead and just throw the dagger and just there's no real range on it. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
okay.
improvised. So since it's technically like an improvise, I would just say throw it, and you're just gonna have to add me a negative 20 on the roll, please.
All right. You want me to actually use the ballistic skill, or what's on the combat tab?
Use your ballistic skill.
Okay. Ballistic skill. Word. All right.
He tries to dodge. And he just quickly dodges to the left as the dagger flings to the other side. And he picks up the halfling. But because you're screaming, you start to hear guards start showing up. Altdorf soldiers, each one carrying a lantern.
What's going on here? Hi, you.
Each of the guards starts to take out their sword.
He's kidnapping her.
And as he does so, he puts the lantern down and he quickly ties up the halfling so that she doesn't move. He draws out 2 swords. And the guards charge at him. Linus, you are not sure what just happened. But immediately, as soon as the guards rush towards this man, whoever this man is, the only thing that you see is just the quick sound of their deaths as each sword just completely slices them as quickly as possible. And the halfling kidnapper chops all of their heads off almost simultaneously. He slowly starts to walk as the bodies drop to the floor, and he picks up the halfling, and he looks at you, and he puts his hand on his head like a salute, and he salutes at the window while he's covered the mouth of the halfling, and he starts to walk off. And that is today's session.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. I like how the guards are cut in half on their little sprites. It's such attention to detail.
Indeed, they are. And that is, you're not sure if you're drunk, if this is still a nightmare or something else. Don't know what Linus is thinking right now.
Maddie is writing notes down furiously. He's like typing. Maddie, are you gonna share
That's
something?
today's session.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was a little surprised we managed to kill that ghoul. Ended up all working out. I was actually surprised it followed us all the way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was gonna stay in the cave. I thought it was gonna stay in the cave.
That was what I was hoping for as well. Oh dear. But I remember
Who
that.
knows what happens to that halfling, but he kept her alive. That's what you did witness.
Indeed, indeed.
Now it knows your face.
No, I had my fake mustache finger. So as long as I don't have my fake mustache finger up in the future, I am completely invisible.
Imagine him distributing
Okay.
wanted
Linus,
posters.
Linus revels in the challenge. He wasn't scared. He saw those 3, guards get sliced up. He's like, "So big deal. I could do that in my sleep."
Also, I love how
Oh
good
man, so
care.
you did see that it was a wolf, a lone wolf, and he had 2 swords that he used, not 1, 2.
Yep. Indeed.
What are you gonna say, Melly?
Oh, nothing important. I'm just like, wow, where the story is. Oh, and also about